Hi, okay, welcome back to the decimals mini lessons. We've already looked at an introduction to decimals in 4th grade, and we looked at reading decimals, and now we're going to do the task that the students have the most difficulty with, writing the decimals. We're going to use a little chart, and we're going to have the 3 decimals, and we're going to say that we might be talking about the 10th place, or we might go out to the 100th place, this guy, or we might go out to the 1000th place, this guy. And in the beginning, we're going to want your children to write out tenths, hundredths, thousandths for a few days until they memorize it, and then they can write tenths, hundredths, thousandths, abbreviation. This is their mnemonic, just their memory trick, thing to get their brain activated. That the 10th place, we're talking 1 place out. The hundredths, we're talking 2 places out. Thousandths, we're talking 3 spaces out. All right. The word "and" is always used to say the decimal point. So I know in real speech and real talking, we're going to say, if it's just a regular number, like there were 640 popsicles, you and I are probably going to say there were 640 popsicles. But in 4th grade, the SOL and how mathematical language is, you actually don't say the "and" when you're saying just the hundreds. You only use it with the decimal. So just to clear that up right at the beginning. So, and, aha, we know that's going to be a decimal. Great. Then we're saying we're going to look at the numbers. 3, okay, 3, no problem. That's a whole number. We already know how to write whole numbers. That's not going to be any kind of a problem. Now we're going to say, and 42 hundredths. Hundredths. Look up at the chart. That means we're going to have 2 spaces. All right? We know we got to go out, because remember, in reading, you always say the name of the last place value spot. So we know we have to have the last place value spot be hundredths. All right, 42. Now, I have to now put 42 into 2 spaces. Well, that works out nicely because there are 2 spaces and there are 2 digits. 3 and 4 and a 2. Okay, that fits. So the answer would be this. 3 and 42 hundredths. Let's check it. 3 and... Yep, 42 hundredths is the last spot. Yep, that's what we meant to write. Awesome. Let's look at this one. 3 and 42 thousandths. All right. Well, I'm going to put my decimal for "and." I know that that means "and." 3, well, that's easy. 3. 42 thousandths. That means I need to have 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. But my number is 42. 42. How can I fit 42 in here? 42 only has 2 digits. Oh, of course. If I put a 0 here, that means 42, right? That's how I do it. So the answer is 3 and 42 thousandths. It checks out just like our reading did. You say the name of the last place value. So the problem, as you can probably guess, that students get into is they'll say 3 and 42 thousandths. But that doesn't check out because thousandths has to be out here. Thousandths is a really small number. So then sometimes they'll say, oh, okay, no problem. And they'll do that. There. That's the last place value spot. It's thousandths, right? But then they don't double check and see that, wait, because what's the rule? First you say the name as if there is no dot. That name is not 42 anymore. That name is 420. So we say that can't be it. All right, 16 hundredths. There is no "and," so it's not a decimal. Oh, wait, but of course it is, because that tells us it's a decimal. And in real life, if there are no holes, then whole numbers and it's just a 0 point, whatever, 23, you often don't say, you rarely say 0 and 23 hundredths, okay? Oftentimes you will just say 23 hundredths, okay? It's sort of like if I have $5, I might just say I have $5, not I have $5 and no cents, all right? Okay, so back to this, 16 hundredths. Let me get a different color. I know there's a lot of stuff on this page, sorry. 16 hundredths, all right, no problem. 16, I can do that, 16. Hundredths, go to my chart. That means I'm going to have, what's that? How many spaces? Yep, 2. And I have to fit the number 16 into 2 spaces. No worries, because there are 2 digits, so that's easy. Let's double check. 16, and the last space is hundredths. 16 hundredths, 16 hundredths. Awesome. All right, let's go to 4 hundredths. I know it's a decimal because of the TH. So I'm going to make my decimal, and how many spaces am I going to go out? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, let me go to my chart. Right, 2 spaces. And yes, ideally, you're not going to need the chart anymore. It's going to be part of your understanding that hundredths is 2 spaces out, but that's down the road. So 4 hundredths, well 4, how do I put 4 into 2 spaces? That's only 1 digit. Oh right, if you put a 0 in front, that's still 4, isn't it? Oh good, 4. Beautiful. Think you're getting it now, right? You may have gotten it already. All right, 506 thousandths. Ooh, better be very careful when I read so I don't read 506,000. And I'm saying that because that's another mistake that the kids will often make, especially when it's just one question out of the blue, like on one of the checkups. So here we go, 506 thousandths. First I'm going to go to thousandths. How many spaces? It's 3. 506. How do I write 506? 506. Oh yeah, we already know that. Can that fit in here nicely? Oh, of course it can. 506. All right, and lastly, so this is correct, or you can do that. That's correct. This is correct, or you can do that. This is correct, or you can do that. Either way. All right, that's it for now. We will go to rounding decimals in a future video. And yes, there is something slightly different in rounding decimals than rounding whole numbers. All right, bye-bye.